Process of Making Chewing Gum by Patrick Freeman. Many people chew gum for pleasure, sometimes quite often, but we don't usually give much thought as to what it contains or how it's made. Today, however, we'll discuss the background of chewing gum, and also the process by which it's manufactured. Chewing gum is a sweetened, flavored confection composed primarily of latex, both natural and artificial. Organic latex, a milky white fluid produced by a variety of seed plants, is best known as the principal component of rubber. Used as a snack, gum has no nutritive value, and when people have finished chewing, they generally throw it away rather than swallow it. Throughout history, people in many regions have selected naturally chewy and aromatic substances as breath fresheners or thirst quenchers. Although basic chewing gum has stayed about the same for over a century, several different types have recently become available. For instance, sugarless gum debuted in the 1970s. More recently, some manufacturers have tried adding abrasives to chewing gum, marketing it as good for the teeth. What are the raw materials that go into chewing gum? Well, its manufacture in the United States has come a long way from loggers chopping off wads of spruce gum for chewing pleasure. Yet the base of the gum remains the sap of various trees, or in most cases, a synthetic substitute for such sap. Most modern chewing gum bases use either no natural rubber at all, or a minimal amount ranging from 10 to 20%, with synthetic rubbers making up the rest. After the latex used to form bases, the most common ingredient in chewing gum is some type of sweetener. A typical stick contains 79% sugar or artificial sweetener. Natural sugars include cane sugar, corn syrup, or dextrose, and artificial sweeteners can be saccharin or aspartame. Popular mint flavors, such as spearmint and peppermint, are usually provided by oils extracted from only the best, most aromatic plants. Thus, while the aroma of a stick of spearmint gum is quite strong, flavoring comprises only 1% of the gum's total weight. Fruit flavors generally derive from artificial flavorings, because the amount of fruit grown cannot meet the demand. Now that we know a bit about the background of chewing gum, what about the process by which it's manufactured? Well, the specific ingredients used in gum are usually kept secret by the manufacturers, but the process is quite standard throughout the industry. First of all, if natural latex is used, the first step is preparing the chicle. It must be harvested and processed. The tall chicle tree is scored with a series of shallow X's, enabling the chicle to flow down into a bucket. After a significant amount of it has accumulated, it is strained and placed in large kettles. Stirred constantly, it's boiled until it reduces to 2/3 of its original volume. It is then poured into greased wooden molds and shipped. The second step is grinding, mixing, and drying the latex. The natural or artificial gum bases are first ground into a coarse meal and mixed to ensure uniform consistency. The blend is then placed in a warm room to dry for a day or two. During drying, hot air continually passes over the mixture. The third step is cooking and purifying the base. The gum base is cooked in kettles at 243 degrees Fahrenheit until it's melted into a thick syrup. To purify it, workers pass it through screens and place it in a high-speed centrifuge before refiltering it, this time through finer screens. Fourth step is blending additional ingredients. The gum base is now ready for additives, so it's placed in kettles to be cooked, and additional ingredients are stirred in by large steel blades. First, extremely fine powdered sugar and corn syrup are added. Flavorings are added next, followed by softeners. When the mixture is smooth enough, it's rolled out onto the belts and cooled by being exposed to cold air. The fifth step is kneading and rolling the gum. For several hours, machines gently pummel the mass. After being dusted with powdered sugar, the gum is scored onto a pattern of rectangles, seasoned, and broken into sticks. The gum is now ready to be packaged and shipped to retail outlets. Large chunks are then chopped off the mass to be flattened by rollers until they reach the proper thickness of nearly 0.17 inches. During this process, the sheet of chewing gum is dusted with powdered sugar to prepare it for cutting. The sixth step is cutting the gum. Each piece is about 1.3 inches long and almost half an inch wide. The sheet is put aside at the proper temperature and humidity to season. Finally, in the seventh step, the gum is packaged. The gum sheets are broken into sticks, wrapped in aluminum foil, put into plastic packs that are then sealed. The gum is ready to be shipped out to retail outlets. Now that we've learned a bit about the process and background of chewing gum, perhaps you'll have a greater appreciation next time you put a stick in your mouth. The end.